my friends, welcome to another YouTube video. If you like my videos, please subscribe to the channel. I think it's down here somewhere. And you can also ring the bell so you receive a notification. So today I want to talk about a very important topic. My plan is to make this video short and concise. I want to talk about the right hand today, because I do think that the right hand is an underestimated area of guitar technique. Of course, everyone wants to be fast and talk about picking speed and alternate picking and, pick slanting and all that fancy stuff. But that's not what I want to talk about today. What I want to talk about today is dynamics and articulation, because I think these are areas of your right hand that are grossly neglected. So, first thing I want you to do is put away your pick and just think of a D minor pentatonic and just play some phrases that you would usually do, but without the pick. How are you doing? Are you using different fingers, or are you just mainly using one finger? Are you using maybe the index finger to kind of replace your pick? These are important questions. And the idea is that you should be able to play pretty much anything you play with your pick without your pick as well. At least that's what I believe. Do you hear the different texture and the different dynamic quality when I play with my fingers? That's exactly what we're after, Usually it would sound like this. So using the finger just opens up this beautiful dimension that, I call it sounds expensive, yeah? It sounds like a really good amp. And you see my amp here in the back. It's just a little 10-watt tube amp. It's nothing fancy. Yeah? The expensive sound comes from a thumb. Just give it a try and see what happens. So that's the first tip. Then the second thing is, when I think of right hand technique, I like to think more of phrasing than of chops. Yeah? And one thing for me that really helps to practice this is just to practice funk guitar. Yeah? If you have something like this, if you have like... If you have a riff like this, there's no way you can play this well if you have a stiff wrist. Yeah? You need to have like a loose wrist. You see kind of like how my whole wrist, it's kind of shaking like a snake. That's what I like to call it. Like the hand is shaking, but then the back part is just going along with it. It looks real slanky. Well, we want to have some of that slankiness in everything we do. Even when you alternate pick, we don't want to tensen up and tighten everything up. We want to keep that slankiness going. Yeah? So what better way to practice the slankiness over a funk riff, funk groove? Let's do that. Can you already see how some of that funk riff chop feeds into my lead playing immediately? there's no like hard edges. It's all flowing into each other. Yeah? So I really believe that this approach, this right-hand approach, is going to help you to have a more organic, loose right-hand technique. All right, awesome. And so the last thing I want to address today concerning the right hand is just your dynamics in general. Yeah. So we have so much of a dynamic range here with the right hand. I'm just going to use a clean sound, but you know, check this out. I mean, we can go from here all the way to here. How much of that range are you really using? Chances are that if we call that range from 0 to 100, you're probably only using, I would say, probably 95 to 60. Most guitar players are. So how soft can you play? Have you ever tried? Put on a drone and play as soft as you can. Or maybe even just do this without anything. Maybe put on a little reverb to not feel so naked, you know, and just try to play really soft. Do you see what's going on here? So I wasn't planning to talk about it, but now I have to. So another thing that's really important is where you pick with your right hand. You see all the tonal variations I was able to get out of just by modifying my position here of the picking. And then of course the angle of how you pick, but not for the matter of technique, for the matter of tone. It matters big time too. You can basically regulate the amount of overtones that you're gonna have in your playing. So, you know, the best thing is probably just for you to sit down with a piece of paper, write down all the topics that I've mentioned here, kind of like a shopping list, yeah? And then just start experimenting and start filing your findings in, you know, maybe write them down on the list. And when you find a tone or an articulation that you like, then take that and implement it over this funk groove that you'll find down here below. And yeah, just start expanding the reach of your right hand. Chances are you're gonna find your sound. Just keep working on it consistently, and the more you do it, the more it will turn into you. If you're someone that doesn't want to leave this process up to chance, and you're tired of just watching guys like me on YouTube, then you today have the chance to jump behind the screen with me and become one of my inner circle students. Those are guys that work with me directly. We're not just watching videos, we're actually talking on Zoom on a weekly basis. We're sending back and forth videos for homework review. We're having ear training lessons, written training lessons. Basically, if you're ready to get your full musical education and your blues rock master's degrees, click on the link below and watch the full walkthrough of TGT Academy. It's not for everyone, but it might be for you. And if it is, I'll see you behind the gates. Keep rocking and keep grooving.